back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including major backstage concern in WWE, the truth behind a big WWE change, a wrestler was saved from injury on Raw, when is AJ Lee returning, Roman Reigns and CM Punk teaming up in a movie, a former WWE star was bullied, a new WWE champion crowned, and much more. Now first story looks at major backstage concern in WWE. Now, our top story today takes a look at major backstage concern when it comes to two top WWE names. There's no question that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are arguably the two top names in the WWE, and whenever they're on screen together, it's total magic. The two main evented consecutive WrestleMania events against each other, and both matches were 5-star classics. But in a new report from Ibu of Selfmade via Cultaholic, it's been claimed that WWE is concerned about featuring both Rhodes and Reigns together on screen. According to the report, Team CM Punk for War Games has been in a state of flux, and WWE are concerned about featuring both Rhodes and Reigns at the same time, unless they can tease a match they can actually deliver on. A month later, I was told Cody is not going to do that match. It's not in the cards for Cody to be in the match. And then I was told Cody is scheduled to defend his championship on the show. There are people within WWE that believe that somebody involved does not want Roman and Cody to be on the same screen unless they can tease to a match that they're going to deliver on. Additionally, it's been reported that currently Rhodes vs. Reigns Part 3 is not planned. Someone there is saying either I can't be on screen with Cody or vice versa. I can't be on screen with Roman unless we get this match going. The bottom line is there's some concern about that, about the idea of do you really want to put them on screen, make the fans want to see that match again, and then you can't do the match. Right now, Cody and Roman is not scheduled. There's a lot of hurdles there. And this is certainly interesting. Rhodes vs. Reigns is a big-time, big-money feud, so it's understandable why WWE would want to keep them as separate entities. It's worth noting that the two did team up at the Bad Blood PLE last October, but it's entirely possible that this concern backstage is relatively new. We may know the validity of this report next week on Raw, as it's expected that the final members of Team CM Punk will be revealed on the show. So far, we have Punk, Jey Uso, and Rhodes, and it's been rumored that the final two names are John Cena and potentially Reigns or even LA Knight. If Reigns isn't on Team Punk, it's unknown what WWE have planned for him on the big show, as he's currently advertised, and it would be unlike the former WWE champion to miss a Big 4 PLE. Next up, the truth behind the WWE change. And last weekend, TKO executive Mark Shapiro boldly claimed that WWE were looking to replace PLE names created by Vince McMahon. This led to concern from fans, as McMahon is responsible for pretty much all the big PLEs such as WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Thankfully, a new report from Fightful Selectors revealed that WWE has no plans whatsoever to ditch these established names, but it's possible that secondary PLEs are renamed. WWE is not getting rid of their biggest events, at least anytime in the near future. When speaking to a WWE higher-up, they said that the belief is that it's primarily for other monthly events as opposed to the tentpole franchises that were aforementioned. Specifically, they said that Saudi Arabia isn't paying for WrestlePalooza, they're paying for WrestleMania, and the value of that name and brand is the reason for that. The report continued by saying that WWE are still hoping to turn WrestlePalooza into a major event. Fightful reported earlier this year that WWE was hoping to turn WrestlePalooza into another major annual event. In addition, the hope is that they can build it to a marquee level to help supplement domestic ticket sales and site fees whenever a major event like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, or Money in the Bank end up going somewhere overseas. Outside of the PLE names of the Big Four and Money in the Bank, not a lot of the active PLE names have a ton of value, so it's understandable why WWE would want to rename these moving forward. With that being said, there are so many names created by Vince McMahon that have a ton of value outside of the Big Four that have been retired for some time. PLE names such as Armageddon, Fully Loaded, and Judgment Day were all fan favorites, and it'd be awesome if WWE reintroduced these to the annual calendar. This isn't the first time in which Shapiro has received backlash from fans for his comments. In the same interview, he incorrectly claimed that Triple H created WrestlePalooza, and this is the same individual that claimed that McMahon pricing tickets so families could afford to attend shows was a mistake. Next up, a former WWE star suffered bullying in WWE. A former WWE performer, Priscilla Kelly, who worked in the WWE as Gigi Dolan, recently opened up about her time in WWE and revealed that she experienced suicidal thoughts early in her tenure due to the intense pressure and bullying. She explained that when she transitioned from the indie circuit to WWE, she faced significant resistance, not only from the required changes to her persona, as she wanted to retain the Priscilla Kelly identity, but also from the behind-the-scenes treatment during her first 2 years. She described that period as a lot, stating that people were very, very, very not nice to her, even to the point where she wanted to end her own life. The pressure of WWE is a lot, and especially those first 2 years, like, they're there just was a lot of pressure those first 2 years because I was new and I had came from the indies. There was a lot that they were trying to like beat out of me. Um, and yeah, like there was just stuff going on behind the scenes. I don't want to bring it up because like I know it'll blow up and then like it'll become a whole thing. But let's just say some people were very, very, very not nice to me to the point that I was suicidal for for a little bit because I was really going through it. A WWE release came on May 2nd, 2025, after which she returned to wrestling on the indie circuit and re-debuted for Major League Wrestling on October 4th. Next up, a WWE star shuts down report. The WWE star Carmelo Hayes has taken to X to officially shut down a report relating to him and Paul Heyman. On X, an account from someone called Larissa said that sources in WWE have claimed that Heyman refuses to work with a former NXT champion. Larissa added that Heyman won't even look Hayes in the eye and pitched Logan Paul to join the Vision instead of Hayes. In a response to this report, Hayes stated, "I don't know what you were trying to accomplish with this bullshit post. This couldn't be further from the truth." And naturally, the original report was quickly deleted. There's a worrying trend of random people on X posting as a legitimate, credible wrestling journalist. And when they're pushing false agendas like this, the chances are they're going to be called out by fans and WWE talent themselves. I mean, there are some funny ones online, but when you're pushing this type of bullshit agenda, then you're going to get called out. Next up, a wrestler saved from injury on Raw. Now, eagle-eyed fans have noticed a spot in the Raw main event which saw Asuka protect Charlotte Flair from serious injury. As Flair was in a position to take the insane elbow from Kairi Sane, her arm dropped down, and this would have led to a horrific landing when she took the back bump. Thankfully, Asuka quickly realized this and instantly moved Flair's arm to the side. Flair was unable to safely take the bump without a hitch. Asuka has received a ton of praise for this save on social media, and she's once again showing why she's considered to be one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time. Next up, when is AJ Lee returning? A few months ago, it was reported by various sources that AJ Lee was going to be part of War Games, and it does look like this is still the case. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, the original lineups for the match look to be playing out on screen on Raw, and AJ could return as easily as next week. On the women's side, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch were going to be the captains, so they could still be added, but in the end, they would have to happen next week. But we know 8 of the people, which should be Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and the Kabuki Warriors, and Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. AJ making a return to WWE at MSG would be a huge deal, and the idea of her in a match with names such as Asuka, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley is something we never thought we'd ever see. Next up, John Cena confirmed to wrestle at MSG. It's been confirmed that WWE great John Cena will be wrestling at Madison Square Garden for his final Raw next week. Although this was heavily rumored, it was yet to be confirmed, but yesterday Netflix put out an official statement which read, "This Monday night witnessed the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Don't miss John Cena's farewell moment. Monday Night Raw, November 17th, only on Netflix." Fans on social media heavily pushing for Cena to wrestle CM Punk, especially with the match at Night of Champions having a lackluster finish back in summer. It's likely that WWE uses the huge platform that is Cena's final match on Raw to build up War Games. Does WWE deliver Cena vs. Punk to set up his involvement in the match type? Another possibility is that they deliver Cena and Punk versus The Vision in the main event of the show, and this would easily allow WWE to introduce other key players such as Logan Paul. Another popular suggestion from fans is to see Cena deliver an open challenge for is that they deliver Cena and Punk versus The Vision in the main event of the show, and this would easily allow WWE to introduce other key players such as Logan Paul. Another popular suggestion from fans is to see Cena deliver an open challenge for the IC Championship. Cena's Open Challenge series back in 2015 accounted for some of the best work of his career, and it'd be fitting if Cena ran this back one final time. This kind of seems unlikely at this stage, as SmackDown has an ongoing US title open challenge, and WWE may wish to avoid running the same type of storyline on both main roster shows. Whatever they have planned, Cena's final Raw appearance is bound to be electric, and as things stand, Cena has just 3 appearances left before he calls it a day in the squared circle. But one top name has been ruled out to face John Cena. One of the most common suggestions for Cena's final opponent has been Oba Femi. Femi has been one of the top stars in NXT for some time, and he's labeled by many as a future main roster world champion. Femi was heavily rumored to be part of Cena's final match tournament, however it looks like he won't be involved. Last night on NXT TV, he returned to NXT programming, and he's once again on the hunt for the NXT title. Whilst wrestlers pulling double duty on both NXT and the main roster isn't a new concept, it would be strange if Femi is working 2 major angles at the same time, so we may be able to rule him out of the tournament at this stage. There's been zero updates in relation to who is expected to win the tournament itself. The last official update stated that Gunther was planned to be the victor, but this was reported back in summer, and they may have decided to go with someone completely different by now. Next up, Roman Reigns and CM Punk teaming up in a movie. Roman Reigns and CM Punk are officially teaming up outside of WWE. The two have officially joined the cast of Zootopia 2, and it's been reported that the two will voice zebra cops. It's quite funny considering the Public Enemies podcast on Twitter mentioned this all the way back last year, saying CM Punk and Roman look like they're about to star in a buddy cop movie. Now it's happening. The movie is set to release this month, and Reigns and Punk aren't the only WWE talent involved, as The Rock is also set to voice an antelope. Next up, a new WWE champion crowned. We officially have a new speed champion, and his name is Jasper Troy. On last night's episode of NXT, El Grande Americano, accompanied by Rayo and Bravo, defended the title against Troy, with Troy picking up the win to the shock of the crowd. And it's possible that WWE wants Americano to wrap up his commitments in NXT, and that's why he dropped the infamous championship. And the top merch sellers have been revealed. Now, final story today takes a look at official data from WWE, who have revealed the top merch sellers at 2025. It's unusual for WWE to make this info public, but it's possible that WWE simply wanted to celebrate the wrestlers that have sold the most merch over the past 11 months. According to the official data, the top merch sellers are Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, John Cena, Penta, Rhea Ripley, and Roman Reigns. And these names are obviously in alphabetical order, and a few of them come as a surprise. AJ Lee was only back for a 3-week period, and the fact that she still made the top sellers list is kinda crazy. Notable omissions include LA Knight, as he was reportedly a top merch seller in 2024. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.